Good morning, students. So welcome to the third class of DBMS. So let us quickly revise what we discussed so far. Let us where is the blackboard is there? So let us quickly revise what we discussed in earlier classes. So what we discussed in earlier classes is that we discussed about review so far. Review so far is review. Review so far is importance of this course, and next one is outcomes of the course. Outcomes of the course we discussed. We also discussed about what is database. Okay, what is database? What is DBMS? And we also discussed about a database model. We also discussed about the database model. And last class we left out with the applications of DBMS. This is what we discussed so far. Now, what I am going to discuss is that outline of today's class is that we will look at some more definitions of, again, what is data, what is database, what is data, what is database, what is database system, and yes, what is data. We will also see example of a database, with queries, insert, sample queries with insert, delete, update. Okay. So we are going to see again another form of definitions of this data, database system. I mean, what your textbook says, what your prescribed textbook says. So this discussion is what we discussed so far. This is general discussion, but this is textbook based. Okay, right now. So let us quickly move. Now, okay. Now look at the definitions. Data can be any fact. That can be recorded and stored. This is another kind of definition of what is data. It can be any fact that can be recorded and stored. Now, you can think of about what is a fact. A fact can be text, numbers, images, videos, audio. That means if you want to store a data inside a database, that can be text. Text means hi, numbers. So 1, 2, 3, and you can have image and video. Okay, MP3 video and audio also. Yes, we can store this. Now let us look at. This is what is data. Can be any fact. Facts can be any kind of these things. Your database should be able to store all these kinds of formats. Now let us look at what is database. The collection of all this related data is called database. The collection of all this data is called as a database. Example, suppose let us see, if you look at Google Maps, the Google Maps can store inside a database, okay, The database name is generally GIS, geographical, space. GIS database, and especially this storing this Google Maps will be taken by satellites. To store data which is taken by satellite, we use a special database called as GIS. Okay. Yes, it's a huge data. Remember, it's a huge map. To store that, you need a special database called as GIS database. Now, yes, generally to store text and numbers, we will use a traditional database. Text and comma numbers, we will use a traditional database. And if you look at YouTube, this is also another kind of database. Okay, these are all types of databases, different types of databases. Okay, one is GIS database. It can able to store a Google map data, picture data, and text numbers. It can able to store. And this is general database. Okay. Next, YouTube. It can able to store videos. This is if a database can able to store. If a database can able to store videos, you can call it like multimedia database. If a database can able to store supermarket like kind of graphs, supermarket, okay, supermarket, supermarket, right? Orders and all that things. If it able to store orders, purchase kind of records, then that is called as real-time database. And you can see stock market. We will generally see in news, no? Generally see in news. Yes, graph kind of things. Generally see in like bar graph kind of things. Okay, you can see this kind of graphs. Yeah, you can see this kind of graphs. You can see bar graphs. So this comes under stock market. Okay, so it comes under database, and special kind of a database called as data warehouse. This is data warehouse. The meaning of data warehouse is it's a huge data. It's a huge data. Okay, so different kinds of databases: GIS database, traditional database, multimedia database, real-time database, data warehouse. You can easily understand now by seeing these applications. Right, now move to the next slide. So in earlier slide we have seen what is other definitions of a database. Now let us see what is database management system. It is, as we already discussed, what we know about this. What we know about this. What we know about this is a software. Earlier discussions, we know about this is a software. Now, if you look at this, other kind of definition is set of programs which are used to define, construct and manipulate database. We will see what kind of definitions, what kind of constructions, what kind of manipulations we will do on database. Like we will do insert, delete a row from a table, insert a row into the table, update some specific portion in a table, okay, or create a table. All these kind of things we will see. Okay, right? So all these kind of operations will be performed with the help of a software or a set of instructions called as DBMS. Right, now let us look into this. We already discussed this database system. Yeah, simply DB plus DBMS is equal to database system, and DB is physical database, hard disk, which is a file or a table. It is a software which can able to use to retrieve data from this. This entire thing is commonly called as DBS. You already know this. Now, this is very important point. I am repeating again this. Based on the database, based on the database what we'll use, corresponding database management system exists. This is very important point. That means no DBM, see you can have multiple types of DBMS. Yeah, the meaning of this is you can have multiple types of DBMS. That means it says that based on the database, suppose if you are using Excel, you can use some other DBMS. If you are using files, you can use some other DBMS. That's what is the sense. Now, let us look at the summary of this. Any other kind of definitions, data can be fact recorded. That fact can be text, number, video or image. And database is collection of related data, that is fine. Collection of related database management system is, it is a software set of instructions which can able to define, construct and manipulate your table, your database. That's it. That is okay, fine. Now next look at this. Yeah. If you look basically into this database, in olden days we have a databases. Manually we have databases to store. How can you store an information? Generally in olden days you will write something on book, you will write something on paper, you will write something on diary, you will keep aside. This is one kind of storage concept. That is manual storage. Okay. Now what happens electronic database? What is this? Okay. We will use computer to store our data, and we will also use mobile phones to store our data, and we will also use digital diaries to store our data. Okay, right? If you look at these computers, inside these computers, what we will use? We'll use a database management system, a database management system software to store data into your database. We'll use flat file system. We'll use Office automation package. See, this and all you will learn in future. If you want inside computer, how will you store your data? Hard disk. Inside hard disk, you will create a tables or Excel sheets or simple files. Using this DBMS, you will store. You will store huge amount of digital data. Okay, so this is how I can classify basically two kinds of databases: old approach, traditional approach. Old approach follows papers, by using papers, books and diaries will store the data. New approach is using computer, you are supposed to store the data. How to store data using computers? By using a DBMS software which interacts with your database. Okay, that is a software, right? Yeah. Now let us move. Now, so let us quickly see. Now we are actually entering into our syllabus, what our textbook says. From the prescribed textbook, Introduction to Database Systems by C.J. Date. What he says is that we already discussed a database system is nothing but DB plus DBMS. By our earlier definitions of internet, we came to conclusion like a database system is nothing but database plus database management system. Now what your textbook says? Your textbook says it's a computerized record keeping system. Okay, it's a computerized record keeping system. Record is nothing but, generally a record is nothing but a row. Computerized rows nothing but table. Tables keeping securely inside a system using DBMS. Okay, tables, computerized record nothing but tables, storing inside a system using DBMS. You can store tables inside a system using a software called as DBMS. That's it. Now, it is a container for a data files. Yes, you can look into this. It's a container. You can keep n number of tables. You can keep n number of databases. You can keep n number of files. Instead of this, you can lock it using a database management system. Okay, right? It's a container. Yes, it's a container. Okay, collection of your data. Now, this is very interesting. Your textbook says. Now, let us look at operations on files. What kind of operations you can do on files? Okay, yeah, you can add a new file. You can add a new file into your database. Yes, you can add a file. You can insert it. You can retrieve from it. Okay, and you can delete. Yes, you can delete a file. You can delete a file. You can change. Actually, you can. This can be called as you can update. Okay, and you can also remove. You can also remove a table. Okay, these are all different sense. Each and everything is having meaning. We'll see practically how it will works. Okay, right now, let us quickly look into this. We can get the clear idea regarding what is happening here is. I have taken a faculty database, which is nothing but an Excel file. I created an Excel file. I can also call this one as faculty table. This is faculty table. It is having faculty ID, faculty name, department designation, salary and telephone. Okay. Right now, what kind of information, useful information I can get from this table using DBMS? Okay, yeah. If I write, I already given the information, right? We need a language called a structured query language, which is supported by database management system to retrieve this data. I want to get faculty name. Select faculty name, comma, department designation from faculty where salary greater than 25,000. The person who is having salary greater than 25,000, I need to get that faculty name, department and designation. Yes, this is what is a SQL query we can write. After writing this, Anand, Raja and Hari. Yes, Anand's salary is this. Raja's salary is this. Hari's salary is greater than 25,000. All these salaries are greater than 25,000. This is what is the result. Okay, right. See, getting this useful information, I am repeating this, getting this useful information happens because of this DBMS statement. Because of DBMS software, we can get this. Okay, right. Next, let us see another thing. Insertion. If you look at, earlier we are having table up to this. These are our rows. Now, I am adding another row to this table. Okay, using a DBMS statement, using a database software statement, using a database software insertion instruction. How it happens? Insert into, see, don't worry regarding this syntax. You will learn everything in lab. Just observe what is happening. Insert into faculty. Insert into faculty. This is what is your database name or your table name. Insert into faculty. See, look at this. Its name, this table name is faculty. Remember, this table name is faculty. That's why I am writing here faculty. Insert into faculty values of faculty ID is 35575. Faculty ID is 35575. 35575. Name is Arjun. English. Professor. 40,000 and 3398. Yeah, this thing, all these things happening automatically using DBMS. Using DBMS software, all these things are happening. They're that much powerful. All these, we are not doing it manually. All these things are happening electronically. Remember that. All these things are happening electronically, not manually. Nobody is going opening this Excel file and inserting this. Okay, simply giving this a statement, writing this statement, it inserts all these things. Okay, right. Suppose if you want to insert 1000 rows, no need to open 1000 times your Excel file. If you write this kind of statements, all these kind of statements will insert automatically. Okay, right now. Next, let us look at this delete table. Okay, I delete from faculty where faculty understood. See, no need to worry about whether it is case sensitive or insensitive. I wrote here I like small letter, again I am writing D like capital letter. No need to worry, it's a case insensitive. You can write either capital letter or small letter, don't worry. Now, delete from faculty where faculty ID is 35506. Let us look at this row I am going to delete, this row I am going to delete. You cannot see this. Okay, your table having 35506 faculty ID is getting to be deleted, and this is your new table now. This is your new faculty table. Earlier we inserted one row, now we are deleting another row. Okay, if you look at your table, it is like this. Now, yeah. So we are having yes, you can write a select statement. See, you wrote here insert statement. Similarly, you can also write a select statement. For example, how can you get this table? You can get this table by using a query called as, you can get after this happens, you can get this table by using a query called as select star from faculty. Select star from faculty. If you write this statement, automatically you will get. Okay, it selects star means all records, all rows from the faculty. Okay, yeah, we are having statements called as insert, delete, update. We have not seen this, we will see in future. We have also not seen this. Just now we have seen a sample thing. We will also see this in future. All these things are called as requests. Use requests using DBMS to the database. Okay. See, we have already discussed that this is your DB database. This is your DBMS. Okay. So you are having table inside of this. You are having table inside of this. Okay. By using this select, you will write select query, insert, delete. Now, yeah, we will all call this as statements, commands, or operators. All these four called as statements, commands, or operators. All are expressed in a language called SQL. Yeah, this is the language called as structured query language. It is having its own syntax. It is having its own rules. We already discussed this. Next, who introduced IBM? IBM introduced this SQL, and your SQL language provides lot of facilities. It is actually pronounced as SQL. Yeah, it is supposed to be read like SQL. Okay. Insert, delete, update are called as update group. Update group, yes. Every time if you do insert, delete, update, your table is getting update. See, if you insert, your table is adding another row. That means your table is getting update. If you delete, your table is reducing the number of rows to 5. Earlier it is 6, it is now 5. It is getting update. Okay? Okay. This happened to this. Update. Now, insert, delete, and update are called as update group. Update perform on particular cell, and we can also have a statement. You can also, yeah, if you look at this. This update performs inserting what we are doing, you understand? Inserting a row, you can insert entire row, you can delete entire row. If you want to update, suppose if you want to update this professor to lecturer, that is possible by using update query. Okay, update works on only one cell. Okay, update works on only one cell. Yeah. update performs on a particular cell, whereas insert delete perform on row or a column. Yeah. The meaning of this is, if you want to work on this field, you can use update. If you want to work on this entire field, you can use insert delete. Insert comma delete. As simple as that. Very easy. Now, so we discussed this is earlier. We discussed this is faculty table. Yeah, we discussed this is this is called as faculty table. Faculty table. Now, rows are generally called as records, columns are generally called as fields. Okay, remember this sense. Rows are generally called as records, columns are generally called as fields. Very online bits and very important if you go for interviews. Rows generally called as records, columns generally called as fields. Now, yeah. And continuous. Adding fields to original tables are called as data abstraction. If you add columns to your table, this is your table actually. If you are trying to add, some more fields, that is called data abstraction. Okay, and inside of this, fields can have any kinds of data. That means you can store inside of this a string. You can store a number, you can store audio, yes, you can store audio, you can also store video. Okay, yeah, yes, these fields can have any kinds of data. That is what is the biggest advantage. Now, and if you look at the table, faculty ID. We can call this faculty ID as primary key. Yes, faculty ID as primary key. What does it mean? This is very important point. Primary key is no two faculty or no two faculty rows ever contain same faculty ID. The faculty ID for each and every faculty should be different. If you have any key, if you have any column like that, if you have any field like that, if you have any column like that, you can call that column as primary key column. Okay, yeah, it is very important. No two faculty should have the same ID. That column is called as, or that key. Faculty ID, you can call this one like this is, this is attribute. You can call that attribute as attribute. You can call that attribute as primary key. Now, right? Or it simply you can call faculty ID is called as primary key. Now, generally to represent this primary keys, underscore symbol will be used. To represent this primary key, underscore symbol will be used. It's very easy sense now. Okay. So let us quickly revise what we discussed in this class. Okay. Yeah. Review. What we discussed in this class. Yeah. We discussed in this class some more definitions for so what is again database system. Okay, you can see we will come to know the keywords like what is fact. Okay, collection of facts, okay, all these things. And it can be your data can be audio, video, text, number, like that. Okay, and we have also seen database types. We have also seen databases like manual in olden days would like to use, and we have also seen databases like electronic database. Electronic, that means computer. So to store this inside of this, we'll use actual DBMS. Later, we moved to the actual. We started reading our textbooks, what our textbook says. Our textbook starts directly with the DBS. Okay, we have seen that it's a data can be a recorded thing inside your database. DBS is a record. It's a recorded thing. It's a recorded thing inside your database. And we have also seen, yes, what we have also seen? Yes, let us quickly move what we have also seen. We have also seen, yes, okay, yeah, we have also seen now, yes, okay. We have also seen examples of faculty table. We have seen operations like sample operations like insert, delete, okay, and we have also seen, we came to know the importance of SQL structured query language, which is introduced by IBM. Okay, we came to know row is called as record, column is called as field. Yeah, row is called as record, column is called as field. So you keep all these things in your brain, and we'll discuss more in the next class. I'll stop here. So thank you very much.